So, I don't know about you, but I saw the Medussa Gotti did a live just a while ago. Sorry, I'm reading a message. I just have to say bravo. Like, I was hanging on to every word she said. Um, she's very nice, very well spoken. She's gorgeous. Like, she's a hottie. Like, she's very she's very attractive. And I'm like, hipster, like, what happened, But it was a long time ago, and I don't want to say I felt bad for her, because I don't want to feel bad for anybody, just because I've been in that situation, and I know how it is to be young and to just take people's abuse like that, and take people's um I was very passive when I was younger, and I would take whatever people would say. I would just take it and be like, okay, this is what they're telling me. I'm going to go ahead and believe them. I'll take your word for it. But with her, like, you almost feel for her, because this, if anything, and she was very respectful about it. She wasn't an asshole at all about it. She was like, I feel bad. She said that right off the bat. I feel bad talking about this, but it's only fair that I speak my piece, okay? So she didn't want, she's not trying to start drama. She just wants her side, you know, out, because, I mean, everybody has opinions of her, and it's her right to have her side of the story out. But you almost feel for her, and I felt nothing but, I didn't feel anything, um, like, I don't know how to say it. Like, I didn't feel like she was lying. I felt like she was being honest. I didn't feel any shadiness, to where we couldn't trust her. This is the first time I've ever seen her talk or anything like that. I added her so that she can, we wanted to hear her story, So I slid into her DMs. I'm like, hey, I'm here for it. What's your YouTube? I was one of the ones, okay? So, but you feel for her, but she's at peace with it, and it's sad because you have to watch it. You just have to watch it. But what I picked up from it is Christopher said that he had to be with his twins' mom, and like, it's a crazy story. Like, and you'd have to live it. I know if I ever bring up any stories that I did for my exes, y'all be like, you're stupid, you're dumb. Why'd you do that? But you have to be in the moment to buy into the lie, So I totally understand her on that aspect of it. Because I had an ex who did studies too, like like Phil did. And I laugh about it now, because he used to tell me he was gonna go do studies for like medical studies. Like, he would leave, and he would leave for like a week, because he was doing these studies, right? But all along, the guy was cheating on me. He was cheating on me with one of the girls that worked there at the clinics, okay? And he ended up leaving me for her, right? But, when I tell people the story afterwards, they're like, are you dumb? At the moment, I probably was. So when she said that she used to drop off hips to his twins' baby, to the baby mama's house, like, and would go home by herself, and because he said he was watching, the kids or whatever for her, when we hear it, we're like, what, are you crazy? But you have to be in the moment. So I totally can relate to her in that. And I just feel, my heart feels heavy for her, even though she doesn't want, it doesn't seem to me like she wants sympathy or anything like that. I think she just wants to tell her side of the story. But she is very well spoken. She's very unique. She's very beautiful. Um, and I'm looking at Jasmine, and I don't know what her name is, but she goes by Medussa Gotti. I'll link her video down below. But she is like, you wouldn't think that they would ever be in a relationship. Not like looks matter or anything, but she's like, she's a hottie, you know. But she did say that hips used to be very athletic, you know, back in the dizzle. They met in college. And she was 18. That was her second relationship. I can relate to that. I'm not used to being in a relationship either, so that's why I'm not really experienced, you know, with relationships, you know. So I could relate to her with that. You know, she was 18 and she had only had one boyfriend, and when I was 18 I only had like one boyfriend. You know, so there's a lot of things that she was saying that was like, you know, I related to. And she's also like me, never in a relationship too. And I'm like, and she's like, I have this vibe with, she was like, just, I mean, I don't mean to say she's describing me, but I mean, we're very much alike. Because she's like, I have this vibe, people either like me or they don't like me. And I'm like, that's me, you know. Like, 'cause people get me, some people don't, you know. But she seems really nice. I really like her, you know. I don't know if Chris is gonna comment or say anything, because, you know, it doesn't paint him, and she didn't mean to paint him in a bad way. I didn't get that vibe from her. No, no, no. She's not a drama starter. Definitely not a drama starter. But but it does not paint him in a good picture at all. I actually think worse of him. I really do, because the nerve of him to leave, to have her, somebody young who didn't have parents, and leave. She would drop him off at his twins baby mama's house, and she would go home alone in a state she didn't even know, Texas. And his excuse was because he wanted to be there for the kids. But yet it's been 10 years and he hasn't even been there for her daughter, that she had ended up having a daughter with him. Where's that? Oh, I have to be there for my kids for this Medussa Gotti girl, you know. She lucked out, and she looked past everything because she didn't have a father, and she didn't want the twins to miss out from their dad. So that's why she would drop him off with his baby mama while she worked overnight, you know. And then she ends up getting the shit end of the stick, and he's not even there for their daughter that they have together, which is very sad, you know, because there she is trying to be the bigger person, and she still gets screwed, and she's still not even, she's like accepted it, you know. I'm pretty sure it probably tears her up, you know, because she went through that too. But man, Christopher, you better come with something good, because this doesn't, people already didn't like you in these YouTube streets. Like, this isn't gonna look good. And she didn't mean it that way, unless she's completely telling a fabricated story, which I doubt. But I strongly recommend you watch it. I'm going to link her channel below and subscribe to her. I would. Bye now.